Can you share with this committee how you're determining which conversations you can share and which you don't feel free to share?
Ma'am, the fact that we briefed the president previously, both went up to New York, and previously is a matter of public record. So
if it's a matter of public record, then you feel free to discuss those conversations?
If it's not classified, you can keep trying to trip me up. Senator, if you could I get to respond, please, ma'am?
No, sir. No.
Okay.
No, sir. No.
Okay.
I guess if I understand you right, Director Coates, is that in a closed session you are more than ready to discuss this situation. Is that correct?
I would hope we'd have the opportunity to do that.
It just shows what kind of an Orwellian existence that we live in. I mean, it's detailed, as you know from reading the story, as to when you met, what you discussed, et cetera, and yet here in a public hearing before the American people, we can't talk about what was described in detail in this morning's Washington Post.
I guess I've been around town long enough to not take everything at face value that's printed in the Post. I served on the committee here and often saw that information that we had been discussed had been reported, but that wasn't always accurate.
You were both willing to somehow characterize?
Yeah, just because it's published in the Washington Post doesn't mean it's now unclassified.
Again, I want to thank all the witnesses, but I come out of this hearing with more questions than when I went in. Gentlemen, you were both willing to somehow characterize your conversations with the president. You didn't feel pressure, but you wouldn't share the content.
But before we adjourn, I would ask each of you to take a message back to the administration. You're in positions whereby you're required to keep this committee fully and currently informed of intelligence activities. In cases where the sensitivity of those activities would not be appropriate for the full committee or open session, there's a mechanism that you may use to brief the appropriate parties. It's sometimes often referred to as the Gang of 8 notification briefing, and I think without exception everybody at the table has utilized that tool before. I want to thank you for your testimony. At no time should you be in a position where you come to Congress without an answer. It may be in a different format, but the requirements of our oversight duties and your agencies demand it. With that, again, I thank you for being here. This hearing's adjourned.